let's get started. So just to let you know that the recording is, the event is being recorded. Alrighty, let's get started. So I just want to say welcome to our MCI monthly mingle. If you haven't attended these sessions before, we basically go through different agendas with the students in regards to, what is the hot topic, let's say, of the month, or the questions that we're getting asked a lot by students. We tend to kind of bring it into the monthly mingle and talk. And this is an opportunity for our students to also let us know, any questions they may have. So welcome to our new students. Big welcome. So we are here on this journey with you, and we can't wait to see you reach the end and at graduation. So we are here to support you. Today's agenda, Michelle is going to run through the agenda.
Okay, so sorry, I don't think we introduced ourselves. So I'm Michelle, I'm one of the student mentors, and lovely Faizeh is our team leader. It's a pleasure to have you all with us today. So on the agenda today, we're going to talk about how to get extra help with your studies. So the mentor support, how it can benefit your journey, goal setting. So we love to set goals with our students. It's what we do. We probably drive you all mad by ringing you up constantly and setting those goals, but it really does help to get you towards the end of the qualification. Understanding the role of our assessors and what they do. Assessors are different to student mentors, which we will explain later on. We're going to talk about our study motivation competition. Now, if you do have any questions, you can put the questions in the chat, but if you could save them until the end. If you want to put it in the chat so that you don't forget, that's absolutely fine, but we probably won't get round to answering questions until the end. And that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. Alrighty, so let's get started. Mentor support. So when you've all started the qualification with us at MCI, you would have been told that you have a mentor assigned to you. So the mentors are there to encourage students to become independent learners by providing help with the study skill, goal settings, follow-ups, and trying to keep the student motivated. We just always have to remind our students that we are not the expert in the qualification. Our assessors are, and Michelle will be covering that towards the end. And not to rely on us to be giving you answers, more of setting goals with you, more of, if you're needing that motivation to help you with that. Does everyone know who their mentor is? Can I get maybe a hands up if you know who your mentor? No? Okay. So if you don't know who your mentor is, oh, perfect, we got a thumbs up. Nice, we got a thumbs up. Yeah, so if we don't know who our mentor is, always reach out to the mentors at mci.edu.au, and we've got a team of mentors that take care of that inbox, and they can let you know who your mentor is. Goal settings. Who here has done a goal setting before? Anyone? All right, so I'm going to run you through how to set a goal setting and what is a goal setting. So it is the process, sorry, of identifying something that you want to achieve and establishing measurable goal objectives and timeframes to help you reach that goal. So it involves different things. It involves defining the clear goal. So what is that clear goal? Wanting to complete unit so and so by this date. Then setting the SMART goal. So making sure it's specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Creating an action plan. So great. Now we know what the goal is. Now we know we've defined it. So it's a pretty clear goal of what it is. We've set that SMART goal. We know when it needs to be done by, and now creating the action plan, then tracking the progress, and then adjusting it as needed, because we know things can come in our way at times, and we don't tend to submit the unit or submit anything that we've set a goal for. So adjusting it as we go as needed. The goal setting can help you stay focused, motivated, and organized. So, whether you're working on a personal development, a career aspiration, or any other areas of your life. So, does anyone have a specific goal at the moment in mind that they're working towards? I mean, I've just put study goal for an example, but anyone else? Does anyone want to put in the comments? We've got Michelle who's looking at the comments for us.
Yeah, feel free to put anything in the chat, anything
Yeah.
that you're working towards. It could be personal, it could be work related, it could be a study goal.
Okay. So, how do we create the action plan? So, creating the action plan involves breaking down your goal into smaller, manageable steps. So, a lot of my students that I mentor, I always tell them baby steps. So, it's those little steps we need to work on. So, if we're working off a cert 3, for example, you go by weeks. So, if we're looking at your weeks, we're doing those baby steps, week 1, for example, has around 5 to 6 questions, for example. Let's focus on that, then focusing on, let's say, unit 1 is week 10. So that's 10 weeks. So it's those little kind of baby steps that we need to take. So define the goal. So like I mentioned in the last slide, so clearly state what you want to achieve. I want to achieve so and so and so. So it can be I want to achieve this in my personal life, or I want to achieve, my qualification just before Christmas, for example. List the steps. So break down your goal into smaller tasks or milestones. Think about what needs to be done first, second, and so on. So, what needs to be done first? Do I need to look at my unit and see how many role plays I need to complete? Do I need to book in with my mentor in, let's say, 2 or 3 weeks advance because I've got this many role plays that I can't do with anyone at home, but my mentor's there to help me with the role play, for example. What is it that you need to work on first? Set a deadline. So assign a deadline to each task. It helps you stay on track. So I always tell my students, if you're going to complete week 1 or week 2, have it done by this certain date. It's always good to have that deadline because you're working towards it. And if you don't meet it, that's okay. Let's set another goal and meet that deadline again. Identify resources. Determine what resources you need to complete each task. So again, it can be a support from your mentor. It can be doing the role plays with, a family member or a friend. Assign the responsibilities. If you're working with a team, assign tasks to specific people. Make sure everyone knows their responsibilities and deadlines. So, let's say at work, or let's say, even at home, if you're creating an action plan to get packing done for going away, for example. So making sure everyone's got that tasks and they know what their responsibilities are. Um, and monitor the progress. So regularly check your progress towards your goal. Adjust your plan as needed. So, for example, the things that I do with my students is I will call my students, say, we've set a goal by next week to have so and so completed. Something must have happened. School holidays came up, or student got sick. That's okay. So we adjusted. So we kind of set a goal for the next week or 2 weeks, and then celebrate the milestone. So, I always say it's always good to recognize and celebrate your achievements. Completing the unit, go out, I don't know, go for a walk, or go out for dinner, or go out for lunch, or go out for coffee, for example. So celebrate that achievement that you've submitted that first unit, you submitted the second unit, you're 50% towards your qualification, or you're 90% towards the qualification. Whatever it is, celebrate that achievement. Does anyone have any questions? No? How are we all going? Can I get a thumbs up? You do have a question?
So we've got a great question from Anthony here,
Yep.
and he said, my question I have at the moment is, are we able to use similar or same defining words from the content provided in our answers? So that's a really good question. So your learning resource within your platform, sometimes it might be difficult to reword it. It depends on what it is. As long as you're not copy and pasting from the learning resource into your assessment. Sometimes just a bullet point answer might be okay. If so, you might not be able to change the content. It might
Yep.
just be that it's pretty much word for word. But if it's if say your answer involves maybe a 200-300 word answer, I would definitely try and change the wording so you're gaining an understanding, you're gaining knowledge
Yep.
from the learning platform, and then you're putting it in your own words. I hope that helps.
Thank you, Michelle. Alrighty, so what we've done is we've created an MCI Institute calendar. We've also created this little do not disturb study time. We know school holidays is coming up, so we thought great idea to create this for our students. So we're going to send you the link that you can download. So with the door sign, you can just cut it out and just hang it on your door, for example. With the calendar, I suggest you just start, if you're going to start setting a goal soon with your mentor, maybe start putting it in the days that, let's say you've booked in the role play with your mentor, the days that you've set the goal or the deadline that you'll be completing certain units or weeks, for example, in that calendar, and go month by month. So we are still at the beginning of April, so it's the 8th of April. So, just book in a time today with your mentor and set that goal. Share that calendar together and start putting in the units or the days of the role plays or what you're going to complete in the month of April. Now, sometimes we may feel stressed and overwhelmed, especially when there's a lot, work or kids, family commitments, and we've got our studies. And we do really want to kind of submit our units and progress through. Or sometimes we may feel overwhelmed and stressed when we keep getting that not yet competent grades and we just can't figure out what it is that we just can't pass through the confident grade. So here are some relaxation techniques that can help you manage the stress and feel more at ease. And one of the things I always tell my students is deep breathing. Practice deep breathing exercise. So slowly inhale through your nose, hold for a few seconds and exhale slowly through your mouth and repeat this several times. So, if you're at your desk trying to get a unit done, trying to get something done. I'm sorry, I'm always going to go back to study here, but again, this is in your personal life. If you're trying to get something done, it's becoming overwhelming, just stop for a sec, just focus on your breathing. Put your hand on your abdominal and just focus on that breathing. Another technique is the four square breathing. So imagine there's a square right in front of you. You're breathing in, you hold, breathe out, breathe in, hold, breathe out. So drawing that square in front of you. Or there's another technique, it's the finger. So breathe in, hold, breathe out, and just drawing your finger. Um, the other one is the progressive muscle relaxation. So tense and slowly relax each muscle group in your body. So starting from your toes and working up to your head. So just tensing them, basically. Okay, feeling those muscles. And then the mindfulness meditation. So focusing on the present moment. You can use apps. There's free apps that you can download and use, or you can just simply sit quietly and pay attention to your breathing and the surrounding. Visualization. So imagine yourself in a peaceful, calming place. Visualize the sights, visualize the sound, the smell of this place to help you relax. Yoga, sometimes yoga works for some people. You don't have to go to your yoga class. You can just go onto YouTube and type in yoga, do a bit of yoga. So that combine physical movement with deep breathing and mindfulness is also good. Listening to music. Listening to music can calm, um, it can have a powerful effect on the mood and stress levels. And sometimes just taking a walk. Spend some time in nature, get some fresh air. Walking can help clear your mind and reduce stress. How does that sound? Thumbs up. Does anyone have any questions? No questions?
No questions so far.
Okay.
But if I can just say as well, apologies for the typo. I'm feeling overwhelmed. Maybe maybe we were feeling overwhelmed when we when we created this slide. So I do apologize for the typo on there. But I hope everybody enjoyed that slide. I really enjoyed that one. Thanks, Faizeh.
That's okay. And you can always reach out to your mentor. Let your mentor know that you're feeling overwhelmed. Let your mentor know that you're feeling stressed. And then, maybe again, those baby steps, instead of saying, get this unit completed by 3 or 4 weeks, we can be like, right, let's just get this first part of the unit completed by this particular date, for example. Now, remember, it's important to find out what works best for you. Everyone is different, so try a few techniques and see which one helps you feel the most relaxed when you're feeling overwhelmed. I'm now going to give this to Michelle.
Okay, thanks, Faizeh. So I'd like to speak about our wonderful assessors. So as I mentioned earlier, assessors are very different to a mentor. So assessors, they are the professional experts, and they will give specific feedback on your submission. So when you submit a unit, you'll complete your unit. And what we always say is if it's your first submission on that unit, just do your best. It doesn't matter. You don't have to get 100% competent the first time. You are allowed multiple submissions. So we always say, just do your best with the information and the resources that you've got. Reach out to your mentor if you're really struggling, but submit that assessment, submit that unit, and then your assessor will mark each individual question, and the unit will be marked as either competent or not yet competent. If it's competent, great, fantastic. You've completed that unit, you can move on to the next one. Not yet competent, the assessor will give individual feedback on each question. So the questions that you may need to give a little bit more information on, or you've not quite hit the mark, read the assessor feedback and give it another go. If you have any questions regarding the assessor feedback, or you don't understand it, then please reach out to your mentor. If you try and respond, some of the learning platforms, you can kind of add a comment in there. Well, the assessors won't see that. So please, any questions regarding assessor feedback, just reach out to your mentor and we can either liaise with the assessor or break the information down for you. So once your unit has been submitted, it can take up to 14 business days to be assessed, but just jump into your next unit while you're waiting for this one to be marked, and at least you're not, it's not going to hold you up. You can still go ahead and reach those goals. And so you've received feedback from the assessor. What do I do now? So again, just read it carefully. Normally there's some really useful information in there. But as I said before, anything that doesn't make any sense, or you might not agree with the assessor feedback, please let your mentor know, and we can follow up on that for you. Now, sometimes you submitted a unit in error. That's absolutely fine. Don't panic. Your mentor, again, is the first person that you contact. Just let them know that you forgot to attach a document, or you've submitted it too early and you've not completed all of the questions. We can arrange for that unit to be sent back to you. And that's pretty much it. Has anyone got any questions about assessors, or about the role of assessor, or assessor feedback? If you do, just pop it in the chat. Anyone? Or if we can get a thumbs up if that all makes sense.
Got those thumbs up.
Fantastic. Yeah. All good. Great. Thank you very
Awesome.
much.
So now, as some of you know, we've got a study motivation competition that's been going on for a couple of weeks now. So between March the 10th and April the 20th, coming very close to the end. If you submit at least 1 unit, you get in the draw to win a $100 voucher. So when you submit the unit, reach out to your mentor and let your mentor know that you've submitted the unit. The more units you submit, the more entries you get. So Michelle, remind me, 1 unit is 1 entry, 2 units equals, is it 3 entries?
3 entries, I think.
3
Yeah.
entries.
Yeah.
3 units equals, is it 4?
You're testing me now.
You can go up to 6 entries, and we've had that happen before. So the more units you submit, the more entries you get into in the draw to win that prize. Anyone here who's submitted and been in the draw? Does everyone know about this competition? Thumbs up? Yep.
Right.
Yep. Perfect.
The
Awesome.
mentors are normally pretty good when we're doing our check-ins. We always have a quick look to see if any units have been submitted, just in case you've forgotten. But sometimes we don't get round to doing the check, so it would be really helpful if you just quickly email your mentor saying, hey, I've just submitted a unit, or I've submitted 2 units, just to make sure that you get those additional entries into the draw.
Yep. Yep. Do you have any questions? It's question time now. Does anyone have any questions for us? This is the time where, if you've got feedback, if you would like to see something we present in the next monthly mingle, please do let us know, or just any questions in general. It can even be an assessment question. Anyone?
Looks like Anthony's got a question. We'll wait for that
Yep.
to pop through. But any questions at all? As we always say, there's no question is a silly question. Everything is relevant. Yep. And if we don't know the answer straight away, we will definitely get back to you with an answer or a solution.
Does everyone here have their mentor's booking link?
Pop a thumbs up, or if you
thumbs
need
up
it sending to you.
Yeah.
So Anthony, again, a great question. Can we book more than 1 appointment with a mentor per week? We try and limit 1 appointment per student per week, just because it then gives other students chance to book in, because we want to give all the students chance to be able to book in with their mentor each week. So if we find that students that make multiple bookings, you're just taking away those slots from other students. However, what you can do on the booking link is just underneath where it says the mentor's name, and it will say, for example, Michelle's booking link, there's a little drop down box. It always selects a 15-minute booking.
Yep.
If you click on the 15-minute drop down, you can change the booking time to 30 minutes. So that's often helpful, because 15 minutes is not always long enough to go through the content of the question that you want to go through. Or if you're wanting to book role plays, what I always say is try and maybe book the 30-minute booking time, and then you can record 2 or 3 bookings, role plays at the same time.
Yep. Yeah. And it's always I'll just add on to that, Michelle, with booking your mentor. Just have the questions ready. Even if you email your mentor a day in advance what the questions are, if you feel that you need to book in your mentor twice or 3 times a week, what is it that you're booking in for? Is it because you're stuck on particular questions that are taking more than 30 minutes? Is it a role play? Let's say that's one, and then the next session is going through the questions. So just always make sure you're, let your mentor know what those questions are. So the mentor is prepared. Yeah,
that's really good advice, actually, Faizeh, because sometimes the mentor, we aren't familiar with every single question in the qualification, so we just need to go in ourselves and have a look. So it's always good that we can be prepared. And also, going back to your question, Anthony, if you can't get a booking, always email your mentor any questions that you have, because we try and get back to our students via email within 1 or 2 business days. You know, we'd normally try and get back as quick as possible. So that's always a good way of, you know, you can send in the question number, ask the relevant question. If it's just you don't know how to get started or you just want a few tips, send it in an email if you're unable to get a booking.
Yep. And I'm just going to also add in really quickly, when we're booking in our mentor and let's say it's a role play, just make sure you specify how many participants you need in the booking, just so that we can prepare with the other team if we need more than 2 or 3 participants to be involved, because we are here to help you, but you also need to help us and let us know, because if we just join and we don't have the participants that you need, we'll need to just rebook that. Yeah.
Yeah. Any more questions, anyone?
Any more questions? Yeah. No? How's everyone finding the course? One word. Okay, anything, Michelle?
Kuldeep's coming with a word. Great.
Great.
Fantastic, Kuldeep.
Nice.
That's great to hear.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
One word describes your experience at MCI.
Anyone else?
Awesome.
Awesome. Love that.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Alrighty. Well, great.
Peggy,
Thank
Peggy
you.
said
Thank you,
great as
Peggy.
well. Thanks, Peggy.
Thank you. So yeah, I hope today was a great session. And if you need anything, please reach out to your mentor. And again, if you feel that there's something that we need to kind of talk about, please let your mentor know. We'll bring it up in the next monthly mingle.
Yeah, fantastic.
Alrighty.
And anything that you may have felt too shy to ask in the meeting, please just send that email to your mentor, and they will be able to help you out.
Thank you,
Thanks very
everyone.
much, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.